I don't know if we're live yet, but what do I do with my phone? I cannot find my phone now. Where did it go? Okay. Oof. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't find my phone here. Hopefully everything is working. This is a little... uneven. There we go. Maybe. Okay. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I just saw you throw a blueberry or something on. What was that? Okay. Hopefully you can hear me alright. Everything seems to be working. I'm gonna bring up the chat here on my phone. That's why I had to find it earlier. Okay. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, chat. Streamlabs chat. Alright guys, everybody settle down. I ate Taco Bell before the stream. Don't make fun of me. This is the only Mountain Dew worth anything, though, in my opinion. Okay. Did I stream on Twitch too? I tried to do that. I don't know if it worked or not though. But it keeps saying that I'm getting followers on Twitch. So we should turn this down because it's going to be echoing. Oh boy. I've been dealing with stuff all day today. I've been busy the past week, so forgive my lack of being prepared. You want this? I'm gonna jump right away, right afterwards. Okay. I need to read all the stuff. Wait, why am I getting notifications for Twitch now? See, now I got a little zombie thing there. Did I screw something up before all this? Wait, I'm gonna check my Twitch channel and see if I'm accidentally streaming to it. What is my Toucan? What is my Twitch channel? Wait, don't I have it in the description here? I hope I didn't jack anything up. Alright, we gotta make sure. Wait. No, I'm offline. Why does he keep saying I got Twitch? I'm getting followers on Twitch then. Okay. I connected Twitch like a couple hours ago because Streamlabs updated where I think I can dual stream now from YouTube. I can do YouTube and Twitch at the same time if I wanted to. So I went ahead and added my thing on there. I was worried maybe I jacked up. Okay. Okay, let's look at the comments. Andy Z. Hello, Andy. Good to see you again. Andy says, hello there, nice to see you again, and hope things are getting better for you. They are getting better. So, and I've been able to find a lot of peace in what happened, and, you know, understand that things happen the way they do, sometimes for a reason, and maybe this was something that, needed to happen, you know, to kind of demonstrate what I've been saying. And it's kind of proof of what I've been saying, I guess, in a way. And, you know, a lot of good has come out of it, even though it's horrible and makes me incredibly sad. You know, there has been quite a lot of good and knowledge that has come out of the situation, which is a good thing. So, my voice is deeper. The audio is weird. Well, let me try to view my own stream here. See, audio's weird. Oh God, it is weird. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Let me just. That go off now. What is happening? Did that fix it? Oh, ow. I'm not trying to do a Thanos impression, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's see if it fixed it. Did that fix it? Ow. I'm not trying to do a Thanos. Okay. It sounds normal now. I wasn't trying to do a Darth Vader or Thanos thing. Sorry, guys. I should have took advantage of it though and did some impressions for you. Okay. Let me try to actually read the chat now and the comments or whatever it's called. You know what I mean. Acer Light sent $24.99 but with no comment. Emily Pancake says, hi Brock, my dove Remy says hi, and please give the toucans a blueberry from Remy, and I will do that. I stocked up on papaya and blueberries when I went to Dallas, you know? with Tupac. And when he was at the vet, I had some time to kill because they had a curbside no contact or contactless service or whatever with the vet. So while he was there, I went to Trader Joe's and I bought a lot. I bought like $60 worth of blueberries and papaya, and then I froze the additional blueberries and put the papaya that is not in use in the fridge to keep it from ripening quickly. And oh, look, come here. There you go. But yeah, we got stocked up at Trader Joe's. Sorry about the deep voice, guys. Alexandra B says, good to see you. Could you please wish my sister Cassandra a happy 9th birthday? Happy 9th birthday, Cassandra. From me and your sister, Alexandra. What else? Peridot Pocky God sent 10A? What is A? I need to print out another currency thing. 10A. Thanks for the 10A. Appreciate that. Ren Peach says, are you sick? Your voice sounds deeper. No, I'm not sick. I guess the microphone was just jacked up. It's solved now, though. Soul says, hi, Brock. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. I'm a little tired. But other than that, pretty good. I actually fell asleep today, earlier, sitting up. I was like just sitting here next to Tupac, and I was just like, just fall asleep. What else? Holly Goodwin says, I'm really digging the Darth Vader voice today. Your burbs look happy and healthy. Good to see you again. The Darth Vader voice was not intentional. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. That's really weird. Must have been just some kind of weird issue with the connection to the microphone. Kate says, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Kate. Brittany O says, hi, Brock. I think you're great. Thank you, Brittany. I really appreciate that. I like to think I am too, but, I don't want to get too high on myself. You know what I mean? I'm teasing. Astrofield J says, first time I've ever joined a live stream on YouTube. Hope you and your babies are doing well. They are doing well. Beatrix did bite me earlier. But, it's just the risk you take sometimes, I guess. What else? Nicole18 says, Brock, toucans, and wine. Well, I don't have any wine, so that's a problem. I should have gotten some. And I'm out of whiskey. We're going to start an additional bar up here called the Whiskey Fund here very soon. Okay. We're caught up for now. We'll do... Alright, we need to come up with... I'm thinking about... Oh, wait, hold on. Ash Shukla says, blueberry for Brock, please. Alright, I'll eat a blueberry. Those are pretty good. They're not too sweet either. They're like too tart. I know everyone wants the surprise. We need to come up with a goal or something for it, though. We can't just put out for free. You know what I mean? I'm considering it. It was like a last second when we were on the Discord and the Patreon channel on Discord. I was like, I kind of just want to show the surprise early, and everyone was like peer pressuring me. So. I don't know, if we can come up with a goal, We can come up with a goal for the surprise. What do you guys think it should be? We'll do up here. What should the goal be? I want to hear some suggestions. We'll make it the whatever the hell it's called, the donation bar goal thingy. We'll make it part of that. We won't make it the full amount, obviously, but let's think of a number here that would be reasonably done during the course of this stream. I want to hear some suggestions here. A total amount. So it's at it's at 83.7902 right now. So what should the goal be for the surprise? And yes, well, I got to add the YouTube stuff as well. So okay, I'm gonna read the normal chat real quick. We'll get this goal sorted out here. $1 billion, that should be the goal. I don't think we're ever gonna get there. 10K. I don't know if we could do that or not. 10 might be too much. 8.5 is too little. 15 grand is too much. Hmm. 9,000. That's more reasonable. A lot of people saying 10K. 8K. We're already past 8K. Everyone's saying 10. Why is the thing not moving? Is the bar not moving now? I mean, it's counting on. Oh no, there it goes. Now it's moving. Okay. $93. What if we? Let's make it 10. If we can get to 10 during the course of this stream, I will show the surprise early. It's not moving. I can't show you a house right now. I'm sorry. I did find a place, and we are trying very hard to get it, but part of us being able to do that deals with this bar, so we need to try to push the bar some way. But we did find a great place, and as soon as I feel like it's more secure, I went and looked at it. I think I told you guys this last stream. I went and looked at it a couple weeks ago, and it's a perfect place for us. So we're gonna try our best to get it. But part of that deals with, we got to get as much money as possible to be able to move, to be able to put payments down, to be able to build enclosures outside immediately. I described the house last week, I think. That's really cool though. And it has this balcony like on top of the house, like on the roof, that already has this wooden frame around it. And all I'd have to do is put some mesh around the frame, and boom, freaking Toucan aviary literally on the roof of the house, with the drain. Already has a drain in the middle and everything. So we're gonna really try hard to get this place, because it would be great for us to be able to, and it's got an acre of property, a little over an acre of property. It'd be a perfect place for us to expand, and it's right near Dallas, and yeah, we really need to try hard to get it, because it would be perfect for the rest of our lives. I imagine. I don't imagine we would need much more than what's there, which is a huge blessing, because it's not, comparatively speaking, it's not as expensive as I imagined something like that would be. So. Okay. Carrie says something about not being able to connect Discord. Contact Neb, Miss Nebulosity. I think that's her name on Discord. Get in touch with her and try to see if she might be able to help you connect your Discord. Man, my brain is just dying. Connect Discord to Patreon. What did I order at Taco Bell? I don't know why I'm reading this question out loud because it's not a super chat, but I will answer the question because I came across it. I used to get the grilled stuffed burrito, and then they got rid of that, and I was very sad. So now what I do is I get a burrito supreme, and then I go online and I add all the stuff that a grilled stuffed burrito would have, and then I make them grill it, and it's like a bootleg grilled stuffed burrito. So that's what I get. Okay, we need to be paying attention to super chats now because I'm getting distracted. What else is new? I got distracted. Remember, if you request me to give berries to the birds in your super chat, I will do it. Or scratches, whatever. What did I miss? Oh crap, is there something I missed here? I hope this thing doesn't... Wait. I feel like I missed a comment or something. Okay, well the next one here, if I missed your comment, please bring attention to me. It's from 4-Leaf Clover. So this is from Discord user Korai Cecilia. Cecilia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Hello, B, how are you doing? My life has been a little roller coaster, but not badly. I got to hear that my roof in my room is cracked and is going to be fixed. Me and Mom also have decided to take a dog, a whippet. So I'm doing pretty well now. I'm doing better than I was. I feel you on the roof because we had damage to our roof not too long ago from hail. And I'm assuming what you're saying is that you and your mom got a whippet, which are really cool dogs, and they're really quick too. So congratulations on that, and thank you for the chat. Philip Wise says, do the clicking noise when you eat a blueberry. I don't know. I can't do the clicking noise. I'm sorry. I've tried. I can do the predator clicking a little bit. When I was a kid, I would be really cringy kid, make the predator noises. You know? And this was like 2 years ago that I did this. No, I'm just kidding. I was like probably 8 or 9 years old. Sorry, I cannot do the clicking, unfortunately. I wish I could. Then I could communicate with them. Jonas Moen says, best wishes from Norway. Hope the moving will be great for you and the healing process after the loss is going okay. Thank you, Jonas, for the kind words. I'm a Flamingo says, come on, guys, let's get Brock that house. We're going to try our best. Oh, wait. Okay, guys, make sure if you do a chat, I should say this before every stream. If you do a chat, use the Streamlabs link in the description so that YouTube does not take a bunch of fees. Because if you just go through Super Chat on YouTube, it takes like 30 or 40% of whatever you send and gives it to Google. And if you use the Streamlabs link, if you look in the description below, there's it says donations for live streams, Streamlabs, or something like that. Use that link. It's the same thing. It'll still pop up here, or over here, I mean. It'll still pop up there. Works the same way. And it also gets immediately counted to the bar here. I don't have to actually input it myself. But also, YouTube doesn't take a big cut of it. So whoever is modding right now, make sure you try to remind people to do that, to use that link instead. I don't know which mods are on right now. Soul says, I think the goal should be 2,500 at least, since we've easily gotten 3K before. Got to make them work for it, Brock. LOL. I'm skeptical that they can even get to... I mean, I'm skeptical they could even get to 9 in the next hour. I'm trying to think of like a reasonable goal that could be done in the next hour and a half or so that people don't get bored and leave. We don't want to like have it, okay, surprise at the last 2 minutes. All right, bye everybody. What else? Oh man, my brain went dead. Okay, Toast. Toast said, hi Brock, hope you're well. Blueberry for Beatrix and Tupac. Also just bought another one of your fantastic t-shirts. Untitled Tupac game. I like that shirt too. I will give them blueberries. There you go. Okay. Let's continue on. Aaron Amethyst says, I'm kind of a newer follower and I really love the birds. I get excited seeing the birds of all kinds. What are some of your favorite non-toucans? Happy Friday. I really like the harpy eagle, if we're just going for birds. My other favorite bird's probably the harpy eagle. And what else? I like shoebill storks. Those are cool. I like cassowaries. Those are awesome. What's that one? Oh, the Hawatson. Have you guys ever seen the Hawatson? Or I think it's called some people call it the stink bird, I think, because it smells weird. But if you go look at their babies, they come out of the egg with claws, like a freaking dinosaur, like on the side of their wing, like actual fingers with claws on it. And they use them to climb up stuff when they're young. And they're like super cool birds. I don't know, they just look super. I've never smelled one, so they probably smell really bad, hence the name. But if you're just looking at them from a distance and on TV or wherever, they're really cool. I think that's what they're called. Let me double check. But I've always found those really fascinating. Hawatson, yeah, I was right. Look up Hawatson, guys. Look up baby Hawatson. Let's do that. See, I need to freaking get a place where I can have my computer at the same time and just pull up these images whenever I start talking. Yeah, here, maybe you guys can kind of see this. If it'll focus. See how it has little claws like a dinosaur. Isn't that cool? Oh, we should let our Instagram know that we're on, probably. That we're on the live streams. I guess we'll just take a picture of Beatrix. Oh! Let's see if she finds her way back this time, like last time. I didn't mean to scare you, I'm sorry. Come back, we love you. What am I going to say? We're live right now on YouTube with a possible surprise. There we go. Alright, where else we got it? Well, okay, we'll do it on Instagram as well. I mean, on Instagram. What's that other one? Facebook. What's the link to this current video? There we go. Okay. Okay. We got this. We got this. There we go. Is my voice weird again? Is someone saying my voice is weird? Okay. We need to get back to the comments now that I've posted it. Okay, give me a second, guys. Sorry. I don't think Beatrix has even moved since she jumped away. That's alright, though. We'll give her some time to try to come back. Okay, let's go ahead and add the super chat revenue to the donation bar there. $366.79. Okay. Let's go ahead and update that thing. Uh 8554 42. 1042. Alright, we should be good now. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to go ahead and add that up so that the goal doesn't seem as hard to get to. Okay, where were we? I'm lost now. Can you tell us? Okay, here we go. Is this where I left off? Okay, I think it is. JM says, can you tell us more about Tupac's history? I know he lost his original owner and the husband couldn't care for him. Is there more about him? Tupac, to my knowledge, has been through 2 other people besides me. But at least this is what I was told by the people I got him from. This guy, okay, there was a couple, they were a married couple, got Tupac originally, from what I understand. I don't know where they got him or how long they had him for, but his wife passed away, or maybe it was the other way around. One of them passed away, and then they couldn't. The remaining person could not care for him anymore. So the people that I got him from myself took him in. And I don't know what Tupac's health history was before they got him, but when I don't know, and I don't know how long these people had him either. But they're very nice people. But he was kept in a large outdoor enclosure, but there were no perches anywhere, and he was just kind of living in the dirt. When I found him, and they insisted on that's where he liked to be, was in the dirt. And I don't know how much of that is because of him previously having problems, or because the way my vet thinks that he has had these problems since he was a baby, probably for similar reasons to Maeve. Probably had improper nutrition as a baby and grew weird, and so now he has calcified joints and arthritis and all kinds of other issues like that. But I don't know how much of that carried over before these people got him. But when I found him, he was living in the dirt. He was very dirty. He had bumble on both of his ankles. His beak was super dry and had a fungal infection. He had some kind of bacterial infection. I can't remember what it was though. And then he had what else? Cataracts in his eyes, and but they fed him. They seem to have fed him well, like a proper diet of, similar to what I do with the Missouri pellets plus the papaya, blueberries, stuff like that. But his living conditions were just really odd, and I'm not sure whether they let him live in those conditions just because he was always like this, or if he was kind of like that, and then that exasperated his conditions. How come I can't say that for some reason? Exacerbated, yeah. His conditions. I'm not really sure. I didn't want to ask them too many questions because they didn't seem to be too happy that I was implying that he wasn't well, And I especially didn't want to risk them saying that, not giving him to me because they're upset that I'm implying that they didn't care for him well or something like that. So I didn't ask too many questions, and the people that had him before me, they donated him to me because they thought I would give him a good home, and they cared about him having a good home at least, which is great. But when the guy texted me, a few weeks after I'd gotten Tupac, and asked how he was doing, and I said, I just said, well, he's got all these problems. I took him to the vet, and he's got all these problems, and we're going to have to put him on this medicine and blah, blah, blah. But other than that, he's doing pretty well, and the trip back home went well. And he never replied to me after I said that, so I didn't push any further after that. So, I don't know exactly what happened with Tupac and how the people previous to me treated him specifically, but I know he was living in less than good. He wasn't living in good conditions. I don't understand why they thought it was an okay idea to let a toucan basically live in the dirt and sleep in the dirt and dig in the dirt and all that stuff, and then they didn't even notice that he had bumble and stuff, and his beak was like flaking and almost like rotting away. Like clearly it just wasn't healthy. So I don't know, but I don't know how much of that happened before they got him, and I don't know. I don't know how long they had him either. So, anyways, Cynthia McCool. Cynthia, yeah, that's right. McCool says, "Here you go for the feather babies. Thank you, Cynthia." Una says E, and I sent $5. I'm not sure what E means, but thank you. Let's see. Emily Pancake says, "How Maeve preen Tupac? Do your toucans ever preen you?" Sometimes Maeve and Tupac would like preen my hair. Beatrix will just try to bite my face, but the other two sometimes will come and like kind of preen at my hair. But that's all they've ever done. And sometimes Maeve would like try to preen my beard too, sometimes. Let's see here. Courtney Scriven says, I'm closing on my first house next week, which I bought for my animals so they could have more space. Hopefully you can do the same very soon. Thank you, Courtney. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Oh. Ugh, man. I need a chiropractor. Okay. Moosinator says berries. Well, Beatrix left us, so. Here, Tupac, you want that? What is she doing? Let's see. What are you doing back there? You want to come back? Well, we'll just let her alone. She's like over there on the floor. Just kind of looking around, so. Oh man. Where was I? Oh, Josh Lawrence says, have you ever tried dressing up as a toucan and how did it go? Josh, I recommend you watch our Halloween video from last year. Because yes, I've done that. Despair Embodied says, berry for the burbs. How about the one bird that's here right now? Because Beatrix is over there. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Josh L says, here's the difference after the Google cut. Best of luck with the move. Thank you, Josh. And what else? Goldfish 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 says, good evening, everyone, both humans and birds, and whippets, and all the other pit bulls. And I know how many people have said what kind of dogs they've had on here. I know we've had a pit bull, and we've had a whippet, and there's a few other dogs I can't remember. You looking for more food, buddy? Ooh. I swear my back has just been dying lately. Jordan Nowick says, hey dude, sending much love, appreciation, and well wishes to you and the flock in this difficult time. Looking forward to the future of this channel and your work with the birds. Hang in there, guys. We are hanging in there. But thank you, Jordan, for the words of encouragement and the kindness. Madam Anna says, could you please tell us a bit about your routine with Beatrix and what you do to work on her anxiety issues? Thank you and cheers to everybody on Discord. Well, the main thing I'm doing with Beatrix right now is trying to get her to build her strength back up, because I don't think that she's going to be able to learn to trust me unless she feels like she has the choice to not do that, if that makes sense. Like, right now, she feels very vulnerable, and because she can't fly, she can't really hop or get around that well on the ground. She's just generally not that strong. She has muscle atrophy in her legs and in her wings. So she's going to need to spend some time. First, she's got to regrow all of her wing feathers, which she has almost done. But she's also got to regrow strength in her breast muscles so that she can flap her wings properly and, get up wherever she needs to go. And right now she doesn't have that because she hasn't flown for, a couple of years probably. So I think that she needs to fully build up the strength in her legs and in her wings to the point where, like, she can get up somewhere up high and feel safe, and I can try to coax a relationship out of her without her feeling like she's being cornered, because I fear that just putting her like here or even in the window or in her enclosure, it makes her feel a little vulnerable and more like she's trapped or cornered, and we don't want that feeling from her, because she's not going to want to trust me if she doesn't feel like she has the option not to, or if that makes sense, or the option to be away from me if she wants to. We want her to be able to act like Maeve or Ripley or whoever else that can fly and go up to wherever she wants to go, and I can coax her down with toys or treats and try to build a relationship with her at a comfortable distance where she feels safe. Because right now, I don't think she feels completely safe where she is, and she feels like she's forced to be there, and I don't think she's going to make a whole lot of progress, mentally speaking, with me at that point, because I don't think she feels, like I said, she feels cornered, and I don't think that feeling is going to leave her until she's able to actually get away if she wants to. Because right now, if she tries to get away, she's just over here on the floor, again, feeling vulnerable. So if I go and try to coax her, or I have to grab, either she comes around back up here voluntarily like she did last week, or not last week, a couple weeks ago on the stream, or I have to go try to grab, she doesn't want me to, like, she's not going to step up on me or hop on my arm or anything. I have to forcefully, in some way, forcefully to her, I do it gently, obviously, but to her, I have to make her do something I want her to do, and that makes her feel trapped, I'm sure. So I think she needs more strength to maneuver around like a normal toucan before I can really gain her trust, in my opinion. So I'm working on that first and foremost, and then in addition to that, just keeping her within the same area as me, where she can see me, but I don't press her too hard with trying to play with her or give her food, or even, earlier when I tried to take a picture of her, she just jumped off and tried to fly away. So, she's still very nervous and she still doesn't trust me. And I think the majority of that feeling comes from her not being able to feel like she can escape if she wanted to, if that makes sense. So, I think she needs to have that ability. She needs to rebuild her strength and start behaving like a normal toucan before she can really learn to trust people. Because right now, I'm sure she feels like I could eat her at any moment or hurt her at any moment, and if I choose to do that, she can't get away, and I don't want her to feel like that. It's easier, I think, if the bird can actually, and flight is even more important with toucans than it would be with parrots, because that's their only means to get around many times. They can't climb or anything like that like parrots can, and they're generally very energetic, so they need to be able to flap their wings and get up to somewhere, get up high, or back up on the couch, or up to a branch up there, or up on the counter, up on the shelves, you've seen Ripley and Maeve, they're all over the place, and that's how a toucan normally is. And Tupac's different because he's been around people forever, so he doesn't feel like I'm going to hurt him. But Beatrix hasn't been treated, I think, even given Tupac's issues, I think he was generally treated kindly by people, I don't think anybody ever hurt him or grabbed him and forced him to do anything he didn't want to do. They just didn't really keep him in the best of environment, and that just led to his problems. So he has never had a reason to really not trust people in the way Beatrix has, because I'm sure she has been grabbed and forcefully shoved into tiny cages, and God knows what else. I could never even imagine. There's a 98% chance that she's wild caught, so somebody came and grabbed her out of a nest, shoved her in a tiny cage, and then transported her in a hot car for who knows how long. She was lucky to survive, I'm sure. And then, her siblings probably weren't so lucky, and then jammed into some pet store or some, place akin to a puppy farm, but for birds, somewhere here in the country, and sold at a low price to somebody that didn't know how to take care of the bird, or sold to a pet store, I don't know, that also didn't care well for the bird and probably treated it the same way, and then kept into a tiny little guinea pig cage for a year and not given any interaction with people aside from maybe they come and feed it every day or something, never let out of the enclosure, anything like that. So she just hasn't had a good experience with people and doesn't think that she can trust them. So Anyway. But yeah. I don't know. A lot of it's just speculation with Beatrix. So I just don't want her to feel like she's unsafe around me, so I try not to push her too hard, you know? And I kind of just try to give her as much space as she's cage bound too, and she has felt like, even when I opened up that big enclosure I have her in, I took the divider out, and she has all this space in there, and she still doesn't know what to even do with that space, because it's just a lot. It's really overwhelming to her. But she needs to have space so she can jump up and down and flap her wings and regain her strength. But, you know, there's got to be baby steps taken. And you guys have seen, you know, she's health-wise, she's gotten a lot better over the past, 6 months? 5 months I've had her. She's gotten a lot better, and she's been maneuvering. Her feathers look better, her beak looks better. She's eating better. She's not sliding and slipping around all over the place like she was before. She's regained a lot of strength in her legs and in her wings, and she's regrown her wing feathers as well. So, we just need to try to get her wing strength back up and get her acting like a normal toucan, and then I think it'll be a lot easier once that happens, because then she'll have the option to go away if she feels scared. And, you know, even right now she's on the floor and she can't see me, but she probably still feels scared because she's on the floor, and that's not where a bird belongs. So that's a vulnerable place for a bird. But anyways, I know it took forever to answer that question. Where was I? Trying to find my place. Sorry guys, give me a second. Asterfield J says, hopefully this works better. Sorry for the fees. You don't have to apologize for that. This was 23 minutes ago. That's how long it took me to freaking answer that question. I just ramble too much. Z2Mine says, love you and your burbs. Hope you guys are doing okay. I miss Maeve dearly. Also, good luck on the move. We are currently moving as well. And also give Tupac a blueberry. I will. I'm gonna try to go get Beatrix again here when I get caught up on the chats. And I miss Maeve too, obviously, a lot, every day. Earlier when I went to go get Taco Bell and to do some stuff for my taxes, earlier. And when I was in the car, I just started thinking about her, and I started getting emotional in the car again. I gotta stop driving, because that's when I start thinking and start getting emotional about stuff. Pink Metal Eyes says, hoping this helps with getting the perfect house. Thank you, Pink Metal Eyes. I appreciate that. Musinator said, watched any animes? Pokemon. You know, when I was a kid. Some Dragon Ball Z. When I was a kid. And then my friend Dustin tried to get me to watch Full Metal Alchemist recently. And I watched like 2 episodes, and I was just like, I don't know. I can't get into anime. It's just, I don't know if it's just not for me or what, but I can't seem to do it. I've tried a couple times to get into anime because a lot of my friends like it, and I don't know. I just can't do it for some reason. It's just, maybe I just need to keep trying. I don't know. I'll continue trying, but those are the only ones. Madam Anna says, oops, meant to donate 5 USD, not Canadian. Here, fixed. Well, thank you for that. 4-Leaf Clover says, I found out this week that I have seen a cassowary before at the DC National Zoo 10 years ago. All I said then was, weird feet. Past me disappoints current me.
Those feet will F you up. That's what's so cool about them, right? They could murder you. Holly Goodwin says, if you and the Burbs could meet any celebrity post-pandemic, who would it be? Also Blueberry and Beatrix, for Beatrix and Tupac. You know, it depends on if I'm allowed to pick someone who is dead. Because all the celebrities that I've met most of the people I would be interested in meeting, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, I love movies and stuff. I just don't really care for celebrities that much. If I could pick somebody dead, it would be Steve Irwin for sure. I guess maybe it'd be cool to meet David Attenborough or something. I have thought about going up to what museum is that in Montana that Jack Horner is associated with, the paleontologist. I don't know. Like there were two celebrities I was really interested in meeting, and I've met both of them. I guess maybe Steven Spielberg would be cool. And I don't know. It's like I just don't really. Maybe some musicians, like maybe, but I would be more afraid of like the musicians of them being assholes or something, you know. Maybe somebody like Jimmy Page or something like that would be cool to meet, or Joe Perry, or you know. Peter Frampton seems like a really cool guy. Maybe I'd like to meet him because he seems like a nice guy. I don't know. The other ones are just kind of wild cards, you know. I don't want to meet someone and be disappointed. I've never been disappointed by any of the people I've met. Like I met Jeff Goldblum and he was awesome. He was like exactly how you would imagine him being, and he was, he was my favorite ever since I was a kid. Watching Jurassic Park, I had all his action figures when I was a little kid, from Jurassic Park, and Malcolm was my favorite character. So it was really cool meeting him, and he was a really cool guy, and he seemed really kind and nice. And who else? Norm Macdonald is my favorite comedian. I've also loved since I was a kid when he was on Saturday Night Live, Weekend Update, all the way back then. I met him like a year and a half ago, maybe, or a year ago. And he was super nice and awesome and just the kindest guy. And I don't know, I just don't want to meet somebody and then be disappointed by them. But I don't really look up to that many people. I mean, I don't really look up to Jeff Goldblum because he's just an actor. I more look up to Norm, for instance, because he's more of an artist, if that makes sense. Like, being a comedian is kind of being like a musician, in my opinion, if that makes sense. So the people I'd be more interested in meeting would be the creative type people. That's why I said Steven Spielberg, because he's more on the creative aspect of things. And I've always admired and looked up to the way that he filmed. I mean, I grew up watching, sometimes I would watch the making of documentaries on the DVDs and VHS tapes than I would the actual movie when I was a kid. And that's kind of what inspired me to learn how to film and edit, and ultimately kind of led up to what I'm doing now too, because I had a love for animals and I had a love for filming and editing things. So I mean, Steve Irwin, hands down, was my hero of all time. So obviously he's passed away, but I'd really like to visit the Australia Zoo still. So I guess if I could do anything, I would want to go to the zoo and maybe meet Terry and his kids, and just thank them for being a part of all that, because they're who inspired me to be who I am now, for sure. And they seem like very kind people. So, and they love animals. So I think if that's who I would choose, especially if their birds were involved. So, and they had the most, Steve had the most influence on my life. I mean, as far as celebrity type stuff goes. So, but anyways, let's continue on. Man, I hate every time I go and answer a question for freaking 25 minutes or however long, the thing moves up. And then I have to find where I was. Where was I? How did I get so lost? Ah, here we go. That was from Holly. Okay. Is Fall Up says, hi, I've been wanting to donate for some time now, and now have some expendable money. Sorry it's not much. Don't worry about it. Seriously. Every little bit is important. So, just the very thought you're willing to do that counts, but thank you very much. Dana, I don't know how to say your last name. Wydrick? I should have asked you that probably. Dana says, what's the surprise, Brock? Wink emoji from our flock to yours. Dana is my Dana's my Toucan mentor. And I don't know how, of course, I've known her for, 13 years? And I don't know how to pronounce your last name. That's kind of embarrassing. Wydrick, I think is how it is. Dana knows what the surprise is, so. And everybody in the Patreon Discord knows what the surprise is. So, we're getting close. Wait, what did I say? Did I say 9,500 or did I say 10? Can someone remind me what I said earlier? But thank you, Dana. You are so kind. And we need to come see you as soon as all this BS is over with. Gotta be careful not to say it. I don't want to get demonetized. Bristol Burt. I don't even know where to start with on this comment, but they sent $230.25, which is an insanely generous donation, first of all. But also, the question or the comment is, please offer Tupac some lobster. He looks like he'd like lobster. Do you want lobster? Can toucans have lobster? I don't know of any reason why he wouldn't be able to have lobster. I don't have any lobster here. But if I go and do some research and it seems like it'd be okay for him to have some lobster, I'll give him a little bit of lobster. Doesn't it have a lot of mercury or something in it? Or is that just fish? Oh, I gave him some shrimp once before. There's not that much difference between shrimp and lobster, right? Well, think about it. But thank you for the incredibly generous donation. Donation? Am I saying that right? Yeah, donation. Man, my brain is fried today, isn't it? EBB sent $3 with no comment. Thank you, EBB. Dragon Lily says, I prefer long answers to short ones because I learn more. I'm glad Beatrix is starting to get more feathers back. Me too. I am glad about that too. Holly King says, when Ripley did the Iggy Azalea music video, how did they get her to stay in place or have her mouth open? Did they have a bird handler or were you on set? Either way, she was the best part of the video, super photogenic. They did have a bird handler on set. His name was Brock. It was me. I was the bird handler. We had to try a few different things. That's normally what you have to do when you film anything. Is you have an original idea, and then usually that idea doesn't work out, so you have to kind of adapt the idea to see what will actually work in the moment. So they originally wanted her to sit on her leg, but when I tried to put her on her leg, she had this like all these sequins on her. What was she wearing? It was like some kind of onesie. Leotard or something. I don't remember what it looked like exactly, but I remember it had sequins. And I tried to put Ripley on her leg, which, under any other circumstance, Ripley would have been fine with. But because she was wearing these really shiny sequins, and she had gloves on at first that also were super shiny, and it was out in the bright sun. And I don't know if you guys have ever been on it. Some of you probably at least seen or been on a set before, but usually, just out of frame in those shots that you see, there's like 20 other guys like right behind the camera with lighting equipment, holding up microphones, or in this case they had like these huge mirrors all around her, trying to get as much light onto the performers as possible. And on top of that, they had the music for that song blaring super loud, and then they would lip sync it. They wouldn't say anything, but they would mouth the words during during while they're filming, because then they go and they dub the actual audio track that they record in the studio over the video. So there was this loud music, there were mirrors everywhere. There was about 20 guys right in front of her, probably like 10 feet away from the actual performers. The shiny sequins everywhere, and understandably, Ripley wasn't too comfortable with all these bright, shiny objects and these unfamiliar people in this new place outside right in front of her. So she would not perch on her leg. She actually tried to bite at the sequins, and the sequins happened to be in her, lady area where her leg was. And Ripley got scared and pooped on her. And she was really kind and fine about it. She was like, they're animals. She was actually very nice. At least to me, she was very nice. She was like, they're animals, and sometimes that kind of stuff happens, and she's scared. And, she was actually kind of like arguing with the director, or not arguing, but like giving some back talk to the director, like, hey, we can't do this because the bird's going to get scared, and we don't want the bird to be scared. So she was very kind to Ripley and I, which is something I didn't really expect, to be honest, but she was. And so the alternative was that we first she tried to take her gloves off because she thought maybe if she took the gloves off it would be less overwhelming, and that didn't really work. Ripley kept trying to fly back to me. She would not stay on her legs. She kept trying to come back to me. So what we did was we were able to get something for her to perch on just behind Iggy. And also there was the whole thing where they were on this inflatable chair thing, and it kept kind of rocking, and just it wasn't very stable. So Ripley didn't want to perch on that either. So they put this branch, and they kind of hid it a little bit with leaves. Like we took some leaves from some of the other foliage around, and were able to kind of fix them over that branch temporarily, where it looked more like she was perching kind of in a natural environment right just over her shoulder. And Ripley would stay right there, and she was gaping, one, because she was nervous, but also she started sunbathing, as well. And they gape when they sunbathe because all this light is hitting them, and they love the sun. So that's how that shot was done, and she just stood there. I was actually right off frame, like if this frame on the YouTube video was what you see in the video, I was like right where my hand is right now. I was just off frame, standing close enough to Ripley where she wasn't going to try to come fly to me. And she stood there, well, not fly to me immediately, because she stood there for probably about 20 seconds. They were able to get a lot of footage in 20 seconds because they had about 3 guys with cameras all at the same time, all filming at once. They did one wide shot with Iggy in the frame, and then they did some close-up detail shots of Ripley as well. And then as soon as that footage was over, she jumped and flew straight back over to me. So it was, but that's all they needed was about maybe a minute of footage. So they got all the footage they needed, and they said they actually came out better than they expected. So, but she was gaping because she was. I can't remember if that particular shot she was gaping because she was nervous, or if it was because she had begun trying to sunbathe. I can't remember which shot they actually used. But they probably got a minute of footage of her total, something around there. But yeah, it was fun actually, and they had. I was the bird handler, whatever you would say, but they did have some. They had another person that they have to hire now. Every time you have an animal on set, they have one person to basically buffer between the performers and the actual handlers. So in this case, me being the handler, and then they would communicate with me and see what is and isn't possible to try to make sure that the animal's as stressed as little as possible. So for what were they? What was her title? I can't remember what she was from. Maybe she was from the ASPCA or something. Some kind of representative, just to make sure the animals aren't overwhelmed too much. Because she was like, if you feel at any moment like the bird is Ripley is getting too stressed out, just tell me and we'll stop production and let her rest for however long she needs to before we start back up or whatever. They're a lot more careful about handling animals on set than I thought that they would be, and it made me realize this is why they now use CG on every animal ever in movies because it's a kind of an ordeal to work with them on an actual movie set, or in this case a music video or TV or whatever, and it's probably cheaper for them just to make a fake one because you have to hire 3 different people for one animal, and then you have to be on the animal's time because you don't want to overstress the animal and have them die or anything like that. But yeah, they were a lot more careful than I expected, and it came out pretty well. Chaos Axis says, have you ever heard from Beatrix owner since? My beagle Simon was from a puppy mill as a breeder dog for 3 years. Rescued 4 years later. He's still an anxious boy, but he is comfortable with me. I'm a semi-driver. If you need smuggling to Texas, I've got space. Well, I'm like 20 minutes from Texas, so that's not too bad of a drive. But I have not heard from Beatrix's former owner. I still follow her on Instagram, I think. And then she has me on Snapchat. We're friends on Snapchat, and she has my number, of course, but I never heard anything from her after I got her, I'm sure she sees her on Instagram, or maybe perhaps she watches videos sometimes. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't heard from her, though. I haven't heard from either one of the birds, Tupac or Beatrix's former owners. So not since immediately after I got them, basically. Emily says, can't get into anime either, but here's to getting you in the flock a new house. Thank you, Emily. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna try my best to get into anime because all my friends like it and I feel left out. But I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. Maybe the weeb life just isn't for me. Anyways, Emily Pancake says, speaking of fine people, I love to. Okay, I'm going to just read this as it says, but I'm sorry, Emily. I think maybe you have a typo here. I'd love to ever you, Tupac, and Beatrix. I'm going to assume that means you would like to meet us sometime. But I think there is a typo in here, and I'm not quite understanding what you're saying, and I apologize. If you want to send it again, I will keep an eye out for it in the comments, or have Neb keep an eye out for it. Kelly Lawrence sent a very generous donation of $100 and says, bless you and your birds. Thank you, Kelly, very much. That's very kind of you to say, and that's an extremely generous donation as well. Thank you. Are you wanting down? Or do you just want... How about this? Look at that big old blueberry. You want some more? Here. You know what? Let's pause it right there for a second. Let's go investigate what Beatrix is doing, since she has not come to join us. She's still sitting in the same place. I haven't heard her even move. But let's hope she doesn't try to fly at Tupac and scare him. Hold on. You can do it. Jump. Jump up. You can do it. I believe in you. You pooped everywhere. Don't poop everywhere. Alright, she's over here now. Can you jump up? She got pooped. She's pooped. Nervous pooped everywhere. I'm going to have to clean it up real quick. Hold on. Look, it's just up here. Just come up here, alright? Look. Don't poop on my guitar, please. Like that. There it goes. Here's one of her clipped wing feathers just molted. Okay. I need to take a pee too. Hey, it's all right. Hey, it's okay. Hey, come on. Come on. Jump up there. Come on. You can do it. I see you looking up there. You're freaking Tupac out because you're acting crazy. Come here. I'm trying to get her to jump up on my arm. Hey, it's all right. Bite me. Look, you're fine. I didn't hurt you. You're fine. You're pooping everywhere. We needed some new paper towels. gonna be alright? You know what? Speaking of using the bathroom, I need to go pee, so I will be right back. Hopefully she does not freak Tupac out in the meantime. Nobody was viciously attacked in my absence. That's good. Okay. Let's try to find out where we were. Do you want a blueberry? I'm not making eye contact with you. Here you go. Not a predator. Okay. Where was I? Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Yeah. Pet Slave says, Jasper the Cockatiel is sending blueberries to your kiddos. Well, thank you, Jasper. And we'll give Tupac one since I just gave Beatrix one. Did she eat that or did she throw it on the ground? Did you throw it on the ground? We'll give her another one. And I'll watch on the screen. Look at her. What? Okay, she's eating it. I can see her on the screen here. I'm trying not to look at her in the eye because I don't want her to get scared from that. Okay. Cuttlefish Cemetery Gaming says, I'm a new viewer. That name made me laugh. I'm sorry. If you have any budgies or cockatiels, you certainly have a Cuttlefish Cemetery, I'm sure. I'm a new viewer, but have been touched by your kind heart and compassion for your birds and toucans as a whole. Also, it's nice to see someone love Jurassic Park a ton like I do. I watch it multiple times a month. I hope you get the house soon. I hope we do too. I don't watch Jurassic Park that much anymore, but as a kid, man, I probably watched it 2 or 3 times a day, you know? I remember the scene where the T-Rex chases the Jeep. That used to just scare the absolute piss out of me when I was a kid. And I would like run around the couch screaming and being scared. And I know the movie gave me nightmares as a kid, but I didn't care because I liked it so much. So I just kept enduring the nightmares. It sounds a lot like my life now, you know, just keep enduring the nightmares, right? I'm kidding. But thank you for the kind words. And thank you for your viewership, of course. I Hate Cops says, hey, bro. Love you and your birds. Sorry I can't afford more. I follow and donate to 87 First Amendment auditors. To 87 First Amendment auditors. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate the donation. Ron Ronson says, for Maven Ripley, if one lost too soon can make a difference, maybe 2 can. The Tupac shirt turned out great. Thank you, Ron Ronson. I'm assuming that's a play on Ron Swanson. Swan Ronson. Adriana Baker says, love your content. Please keep up the great work and never lose that wonderful heart of yours. Well, thank you, Adriana. That's a very kind thing for you to say. I hope you mean my metaphorical heart, because my real one doesn't work too good. I'm a Flamingo says, was really interested to hear about the Iggy Azalea video. How exactly did that opportunity come about? Did they know of Ripley and get in touch with you to use her in the video? From what I understand, well, her producers got in contact with me like last minute and said she specifically requested me and Ripley. And she called Ripley by name on set. It wasn't the bird or anything like that or the toucan. It was like it was Ripley. So I can only assume that she watched our videos on YouTube to some extent and specifically wanted Ripley for the video, because they actually had me scheduled to come in like Friday. I think it was a Friday to film, and so I did because it was very last minute. And then I showed up, and they were running really late, so we sat around on set forever, and they never used us. And they came out and they said, "Hey, can you come back later? Or can you can you stay till tomorrow, because we are running behind filming, and we're not going to be able to do the animals today." So I was like, "All right." And they're like, "Iggy has offered to pay you twice what we offered from her own personal self if you stay." And I was like, "Well, if you can get the hotel for us, I'll stay." So, and they reserved the hotel for another night, and we stayed. And yeah, so she seemed very adamant about having us specifically. So, but her producers are the ones who got in contact with us. Debbie Putnam says, "I'm sorry I can't get Streamlabs to work on my phone, but wanted to donate beyond Patreon. Love the flock and miss Maeve a lot. We all want to see you reach your goal." Well, thank you, Debbie. Excuse me. I don't know why. I'm not sure why the Streamlabs thing doesn't seem to be working on phones sometimes, but I apologize for that. We'll have to get some stuff figured out here, make it a little easier in the future. Emily Pancake says, it was supposed to say I would love to meet you. Okay, that makes way more sense. So Emily said earlier that she would like to, as far as the celebrity, I don't think I'm a celebrity, but as far as that goes, they would like to meet me, Beatrix, and Tupac. And that's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I hope at some point we can have a thing where you guys can come out and, why am I being Italian all of a sudden? Where you guys can come out and meet the spaghetti. Meet the Toucan. Oh, I gotta be careful. I'm gonna get canceled or something for being racist to Italians. I'm kidding. Yeah, but we'll figure something out. Sarcastic Madman says, if you want to get into anime, try Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's like early seasons of Game of Thrones. Like how it was specified, it's like early seasons, because we all know how that turned out at the end. Monster, a psychological crime drama. Kaji nihilistic gambling anime, or G Gundam for super robot anime that doesn't take itself seriously. I'm gonna have to copy that down and look at it later, because I don't know what a lot of those words mean, but I will look into it. Thank you for the suggestions. I think I know Gundam. Yeah, Gundam. Yeah, I do know that one, or know of it at least. Neb says, we love you, Brock. Thanks, love you too, Neb. And what else? Bummer6 says, went to an indoor zoo today and saw a few small toucans. One was a green airsari, which got very offended when I grabbed a handrail and tried to pry my hand off with its bill. Toucans are weird. Yeah, and they do find weird things offensive. That is very true. I was just thinking the other day of what Oh yeah, I was thinking because I was taking I had the scale in there, for weighing the birds, and I had to put vinyl tape around it for Maeve because Maeve was afraid of dowel rods for some reason, like just plain wood rods. Was afraid of them. I don't know why, but she was, and she would not perch on the scale unless I covered the part that looked like a dowel rod up. So I put black vinyl tape around it to cover it up and make it not look like a dowel rod. Yeah, they have weird, I don't know, they have weird things like that they don't like. Dragon Truth says, I'm already a patron, but here I may have missed the surprise, but I hope Beatrix and Tupac are okay. They are doing fine. Well, Beatrix is a little crazy sometimes, but they're doing good. And the vet said Tupac looks good, and I shouldn't be so worried. So I was having some nice panic attacks for the past couple months since everything with Maeve happened, and the vet said she didn't know why I was worrying. She's like, they're fine. Stop freaking out. But I still had her do full blood work and on fecal cultures, just in case, just so I can get the phone call and they can say, hey, we did this and it looks fine, and I can be like, okay, I can stop, I can take a deep breath and not, like there was one night a couple weeks ago, and you guys know Tupac sleeps in my room with me at night, and as we were going to sleep and I put him on his perch, he started just yawning a lot, and him yawning a lot just like, I don't know, literally it made me start panicking, like really badly. So, and then he was fine, of course. So I started having a panic attack over him yawning. So yeah, I just need to know that, everything's fine. As far I need a piece of paper saying we looked into this and that he's fine. Stop. Even though Maeve's issues were specific to her, I'm still freaking out for some reason. Do you want this? And this little one is just, she's getting better every day physically. But she still wants the blood of innocence, don't you? She does. She may not look like it, but she does. You didn't miss the surprise yet. We're still trying to get to the goal. We're close. Jackie Scott says, from me and my flock of 7 zebra finches, Esau, Malka, Jacob, Atara, Reuben, Simeon, and Dinah, which are, as far as I know, biblical names. So thank you, Jackie, and good luck to you and your zebra finches. They're beautiful little birds. Of course, my neighbor decided now would be a great time to go ahead and mow the lawn. I hope you guys can't hear that. Marta Leck says, thank you for what you do. You have a heart of gold. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm a mama to 9 birds, all parrots, 4 rescues. Sending love from Jersey. Well, thank you for the kind words, and I'd love to hear more about your birds at some point. Come on to Discord if you can and post some pictures of them. Jack Vig? Hopefully I'm saying that properly. He says, I'm so sorry about Maeve, and I love your channel. Thank you, Jack, very much. I am too, but we're hanging in there, And I've been feeling much better lately, so even if it is difficult at times, I'm trying not to make myself cry again. Okay. Two Green Cheeks says, who was your most memorable teacher and why? Also, please give Tupac and Beatrix blueberries. And it's funny you should say that, because I got into birds because of a teacher I had in 3rd grade. Yeah, 3rd grade. Well, technically, it kind of started when I was in second grade because I had to go to her classroom a few times for some reason. For like, I frequently had to go to her class to use a computer there or something, if I remember properly. But I had this teacher when I lived in Oklahoma. Her name was Mrs. Bones. I wish I could find her again and just thank her because she had parrots in her classroom, and because she had those parrots in her classroom is why I really fell in love with birds. And I got my first bird like a year after that, or within maybe the same year. I can't remember. I remember I wanted a lovebird at first, or a sun conure. I wanted a sun conure or a lovebird, and my parents wouldn't get me anything expensive for whatever reason. So I ended up with budgies, and so I had budgies. But she had two eclectus parrots, and she had one she hand fed. And that's kind of how I learned how to hand feed and stuff back then, and like kind of what it was like raising birds, because she'd hand feed the eclectus in her classroom with the formula and the syringe and everything. And she had two eclectus, a male and a female eclectus. She had an African gray. She had a Senegal. What was the one? Was that what it's? I can't remember if the. Let me try to remember what. What was that parrot's? It wasn't an Amazon. I'm trying to remember what kind of bird this was. Hey, don't freak Beatrix out, alright, buddy? You want to go get some water or something? Is that what you want? Okay. I'm trying to remember what kind of bird she had. Oh, man. It was a parrot that had like gray, it had a gray body and like red eyes and like an orange head. I can't remember what they're called though. I'm trying to find out what it is right now. So she had a Senegal, and then she had a man, I'll have to think about it some other time. I remember his name though. His name was Osage, and he was mean too. I remember that. Ah, here's one right here. A red-bellied parrot. It had a gray head. Okay. I think it was a red-bellied parrot. Let me double check. Alright, she had a... Yep, that was it. She had a red-bellied parrot. It was a male, because they're dimorphic. It was a male red-bellied parrot, and its name was Osage, and I remember it being really mean. But she had those birds all in her classroom when I was in second, third grade, and that's what got me into birds, really. Like, I liked birds because of Jurassic Park, but what really inspired me to actually want to keep them was being in her class. So I wish that one day I could find her and thank her. I think maybe her name was Ellen. If anybody knows who she is, send me a message on Instagram. I'll have to look. I think I looked for her once on like Facebook or something and couldn't find her. So I'll have to look back through my old yearbook when I was a little kid and try to find out what her name was. I don't remember what her name was, or her first name was. I just remember her name was Mrs. Bones. And she had quite a few parrots in her class. And that's what inspired me to love them. And then, of course, I didn't get any schoolwork done ever. You know. So. Because I had parrots there. That's what I was interested in. Okay, I'm going to have to refresh this thing now because I was looking at red-bellied parrots. Let's see here. Mark Beck says... Excuse me. The other day, so we've had fruit flies in here lately, and I've gotten rid of most of them now. But the other day I sucked one down my throat and it made me throw up. And I'm really hoping that's not what's going to happen sometime during a live stream. That would really be embarrassing. So, let's see here. Mark Beck says, what does an energy drink and a tropical bird have in common? It takes at least 2 cans to wake me up. I've never heard that one before. That's the only toucan joke I've probably never heard before that people have said to me. So congratulations on that one. I like that. Andy Z says, time to cancel. Nah, just kidding. Anyway, what is the MV called so I can look it up? What's the MV called? Andy, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you tell someone going, or Andy's in Discord. Tell me on Discord later what you mean and I'll tell you. I don't know what that's in reference to. And I have a horrible memory, as you guys all know. Dragon Truth says, yeah, I totally get testing them anyway. I really do. I just value just the value and security of knowing they're okay. Yes, that is exactly my thoughts. And I'm sure I will obsessively go to the vet when we move closer to it. I'll probably be taking trips all the time, which probably will not, my bank probably won't appreciate it, but, you know, do what you got to do. Susan Ainsley says, hi, Brock. This is to say thanks to you and the Flying Bananas for cheering me up during lockdown. Also, I want to ask, if you could be a dinosaur for a day, which dinosaur would you be? I don't know. I guess maybe a Deinonychus or something would be kind of cool. How much do we really know about how dinosaurs were back then, though, you know? But I think my favorite, I really like Deinonychus and Utah Raptor, and of course the classics, Velociraptor and Tyrannosaurus, but I think Deinonychus is my favorite. I don't know what I'd like to be, really. I suppose one that could fly would be pretty cool. But it'd also be really cool to be just a raptor. I don't know. Tupac's having fun over there eating papaya, so. Ann Pa says, can you tell us more about how your packing and buying the house is going? Is there only one house you like, or did you find alternative choices? Barry for Tupac from his fangirl, please. Well, when Tupac comes back up, I'll give him a blueberry. But he's eating papaya right now, down on his bowls. Well, we've run into some difficulties buying the house because of, well, this is what the lender says, but I'm not sure how true it is. It's just the excuse everyone's using lately. Because of these troubling times, blah, 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 blah. We can't do this, that, and the other. So, but I did find a solution to the problem they had. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to correct it, but I'm working on doing it right now. There was a thing with my taxes that I needed to fix from 2018, that's what I was doing today. If I can get that fixed, we can get this house. Currently there is no backup house. It's been very difficult for me to find a place that would suit us properly because there's a lot of things that I have to consider when it comes to the birds, and I don't want to move into a place necessarily that I'm just going to need to move out of in 2 years because we get too big again. So I'm trying to find a place that's near Dallas within a reasonable price, near the vet, or near reasonable distance to the vet, like under an hour, something like that. At least under an hour. So that I don't have to make a whole trip out of taking him to the vet, because like when I just took Tupac, we had to stay the night and get a hotel, and then I had to sneak him into the hotel, and it's a whole thing. Don't tell him I snuck him into the hotel, all right? Shh. Don't tell anybody. But so I have to do that, and then it's like, then I have to go to the vet, and then I don't have anywhere to go while the vet's looking at him, because usually they keep him for a little while. And then, it's kind of like, what do I do? Like, I didn't have anything to do when I was there for like 2 hours. I went and bought fruit. I said that earlier. That's what I did. And then I called my insurance company about my car and stuff. I found some stuff to do while I was waiting, but, you know. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Close proximity to the vet. Open, high ceilings with open living space where they have plenty of room to fly. There needs to be enough, it needs to be outside of city limits where people won't complain about the noise the birds make if they're outside, or the existence of them even being there, hence they're exotic animals. There needs to be enough property for us to be able to expand and build additional enclosures outside for the infinite future. I mean, however long I guess the rest of our lives. For the rest of my life, it needs to accommodate me and the birds, where I can build enclosures outside or add on whatever I need to do and feel comfortable about investing in doing that, because I can't add a bunch of aviaries and barns for toucans and stuff like that to a house that I am eventually going to sell, because it's not going, like, how are they going to sell the house? It's going to be like, here's the house. Oh, also there's freaking aviaries attached to it. Let's find a buyer for that. It's just not very feasible. So it has to meet all those criteria, and then preferably be somewhat minimalistic to the point where it's, there's less stuff. Like here, there's too many. I've blocked off some of the stuff, but there's too many shelves and stuff. I'm going to try to live more minimalistically, where there's not as much shelves and things for the birds to get into and potentially hurt themselves or break something or get on top of and poop on the cabinets. Like, I'm over trying to do that. It needs to be a very specific kind of, like, I'd really like a little loft area with a railing and a second floor with a loft that's like visible from the living room, and so there's space for them to fly around up and down to floors and, get up high and perch on the railing or do whatever they need to do. Enough space where it's like they can comfortably live as birds in the house, and then they can also go outside and be birds outside in their own outdoor space, and it's safe for them to be there. I found a place that fits all that criteria, and it's a very weird house, I will say that. It's a newer build, but it's very strange, and it really doesn't suit anybody other than someone like me who is single and just has birds and nobody else to worry about. So, but we're going to try our best to get into that place. I think, I'm really hoping I'm really crossing my fingers that this works out and I'm able to get everything sorted beforehand, because I really want to show the place to you guys also, but I want to make sure I have it more secured before I put it out there for everybody to see, because I don't want to get everyone's hopes up and then let them down. So, but we're trying. I've sent some of the patrons have seen photos of it, and they all really liked it. So, and they all thought it was perfect. And then my friend Dana, who also has toucans, I sent it to her, and she was like, "That's perfect toucan house." And I'm like, "All right, this is the place we gotta go, because this house was like made for toucans. It looks like." But anyways, where was I? Oh, does Beatrix love you now? I don't think so. In her own way, she does. We're not quite there yet, are we? She's staring me down. She's like, "No, we aren't." Can I give you a blueberry? All right, I look away. I'm watching her on the screen. You guys can't see I see you guys talking about some surprises. You can't see the surprise yet. We haven't made the goal yet. Hold on. You're making a mess over here, buddy. Okay. Where were we on questions? Oh, as far as the packing goes, I've packed up quite a bit of stuff. As you can see around here, I've gotten rid of some furniture and stuff, and I'm gonna rearrange some things temporarily just until we move. But I've gotten a decent bit packed into boxes, stuff that I don't need, and I'm probably gonna donate the rest of everything that I don't need. Because like I said, I just want to live with less things, so, and just be more minimalistic about stuff. What else? Oh, I went back and answered that question again. Tibbs3D says, we love you, Brock. Check your Instagram. I will check it very soon. After the stream, I'll check Instagram. Steve67 sends $24.99 through the chat, but with no comment. Zachary Film Army said, oh crap, sends $100, $99.99. It says, I hope this helps for the move, Zachary. It most certainly will. I'm not sure what the actual cost of moving is going to be, moving the stuff. It's going to be hard moving freaking bird cages, I'll tell you that, because they're not light. They're not small either. But that will definitely help, so thank you very much. Zachary Film Army. Corgi Dev says, love the Toucans and the vids. You rock. I have a Tuki from George of the Jungle from the 90s, though my favorite bird is the shoebill. I like shoebills as well. I got to see one at the Ueno Zoo in Tokyo while on vacation. They have a shoebill at the Dallas World Aquarium as well, and that's where I've always seen them since I was a kid. So they're really cool birds, though. They look so prehistoric. Jack Vig, of course I can't say the last name because I'm terrible at pronunciation, but says, don't forget that it's okay to cry because you lost a member of your family. That's just part of grieving. Hope you, Beatrix, and Tupac are okay. I haven't forgotten that, trust me. I probably cry a lot more than the average guy. So, but, I don't know. It's been easier for me since I did the video. I've had a much easier time mourning. Like after I've told everybody here, it's been much easier. Because like for the first month, she passed away. It was a month before I was able to tell you guys because I was trying to get everything figured out. And for that month, I was just angry about it the entire time. I didn't really get much chance to actually cry because I was just so angry about what happened to her and why it happened and how it happened. And, once I was able to do all the video and kind of have that level of acceptance of everything, it was much easier for me to mourn her properly. And I'm still doing that now. But, it's brought a lot of comfort to me to see that she has shown so many people why they don't make good pets, for one, but also has been, all the data from her has been, logged and given to people that will be able to use this information to help other toucans in the future and make sure some of this stuff doesn't happen again. Because there was another thing that someone sent me, or actually my biologist friend that I was talking about, that's working on the nutrition. There's a paper from almost 10 years ago that was saying something about how toucans with poor early... I'll probably include some of this in a video. When I do the video on nutrition soon, I'll probably include some of this information. But toucans with poor early developmental nutrition often show symptoms of, discoloration in the feathers, wrinkly beak. Like Maeve had the wrinkly look to her beak on both sides. It was just kind of like one had a weird protrusion wrinkle kind of on one side, and then the other one had these indentations that almost looked like almost you like pushed your fingers into clay or something. That's what it looked like. But the wrinkliness of the beak is actually a sign that they were fed improperly as a baby. I didn't know that at the time, and we didn't actually even find this information and confirm it until after the fact. And I mean, I suspected that she was improperly fed as a baby, obviously, but I think the only thing that really killed me about it was that I didn't think it was going to actually like kill her or take her life or be associated with anything like that. I thought maybe she might just be smaller and have complications later in life because of it, but I didn't think it would actually cause her to die, So, but now we know, and now we know what to look for, and this information has been put out enough to where I know people are already questioning breeders when they see that kind of stuff, because I've heard it firsthand from people that have. I say don't get a toucan. Not all you guys listen, but if you don't listen, at least you're asking the right questions. So hopefully people will be more vigilant about that sort of thing, or not even just people. I mean, there's a lot of people that have zoos or programs that do stuff with animal ambassadors, and they try to get toucans for and that's a more appropriate thing to have a toucan for. And now they kind of know, okay, if the bird looks like this and it has these discolored feathers, there's a problem. And when people recognize the problem, it's going to force the breeders that do that kind of stuff to either change or go out of business. And I'd personally prefer they go out of business, but at the very least, maybe they'll at least change the diet and correct it to the point where the birds aren't suffering because of it, So at least people are asking the right questions and they're aware that this kind of stuff happens. And that's valuable. That could save a lot of lives of other toucans in the future. So, I didn't even realize the extent to which that kind of stuff went on until Maeve, because, my main focus was making sure people didn't get them and improperly keep them because they weren't prepared, because that's mainly what I've seen with Tupac and Beatrix. And then with Maeve, which I didn't even know, who wasn't a rescue, she was just a bird that was supposed to be an ambassador. She got the other side of the coin, where the breeder didn't care, So you have two birds where they're improperly maintained by the end user, as they would say, with computers, the person who ends up with the bird, and then you have the one that was just right out of the gate, set up for failure. So, and then you can combine those two, and the birds suffer greatly because of it. It's probably a miracle that Maeve even lived as long as she did. She probably wouldn't have if put into the hands of somebody who didn't know what to look for and didn't know how to take care of a toucan. So, because she was starting to actually get colors and stuff back just earlier this year. So. And you can tell, I think, now from baby red-billed toucans, which I didn't know at the time, that their beak looking more brown and kind of like a mustard yellow like hers did, that it's a sign of usually you can tell that a toucan's been malnourished from their beak. And I think that was a sign that I missed, and I only missed it because I didn't have a reference point of another baby I'd never seen another baby red-billed toucan before, so I didn't know what they were supposed to look like. And anyways, a lot of stuff can be learned from it, and there's a lot of good that came from it. So that's brought me a lot of peace knowing that, at the very least. And especially that the data from her is being sent to somebody who can help improve nutrition for toucans in the future. So, but anyways, okay, let's continue on, because everyone's going to get excited for surprises and stuff. And we're getting close. Mr. Slow Death says, let's see/hear the surprise. Also love what you do, and give both chickens a blueberry on me. I will give them blueberries. There you go. Let's see if Beatrix will take one. There you go. We'll do the surprise very soon, because we're getting close to that mark. Redhead Forester says, new sub, first ever read out donation message. Just hoping you and the birds are doing alright. Here's a little something towards your new place. And head scratches for Tupac and Beatrix if she wants them, or a blueberry if not. Love from England. How about we give Tupac some scratches? Can I touch you? Is that okay? There you go. Okay, Tupac wants some love. We'll try to give Beatrix the blueberry. Oh, and Mr. Slow Death sent $100. I just noticed that. I'm sorry, Mr. Slow Death. Thank you so much. We'll get to the surprise soon, I promise. Sorry, I just now noticed that. Where was I? Oh, Bonnie T sent $5 with no comment. I'm a Flamingo says, how exactly do you sneak a toucan into a hotel? Oh, very carefully. I've snuck multiple toucans into one hotel. I have my ways. I have my ways to sneak toucans into hotel rooms, trust me. Well, this hotel technically said it was pet friendly on their website, but I still snuck them in, just in case. They didn't care. Or I didn't get in trouble for it, so. And the hotel had a refrigerator with alcohol in it, so you can't get much better than that. Charlie Galaxy says, hi Brock and the Burbs. I've been watching since just before you got Beatrix. You all got me through lockdown, so wanted to donate for a while. I send you and the Burbs love, and I'm sorry for your loss. I miss Maeve dearly too. Hope you have better times ahead. Well, thank you so much for the kind words, Charlie. And you guys got me through lockdown stuff too. I mean, we're still going through it to some extent. We'll probably end up back there again, but, it's been awesome being able to do this with you guys. And we have almost 1,000 viewers today. That's incredible. Okay. Homer says, I'm late for today's stream because of work, so I guess I'll have to pay a late fee. Poor me. Well, you got here just in time because we're going to do the surprise soon. We're very close to 90. Did I say 9,500? Can someone confirm? I said 95, didn't I? I didn't say 10. Saro says, thank you for what you do, Brock. It's easy to see how much you sincerely love your bananas and birds in general. With love from Canada. Well, thank you very much. I try my best. I know it's not exactly a secret that I love them, so I don't think I have to try that hard. I Hate Cops again says, found a few more dollars. Love you, buddy. Well, thank you, I Hate Cops. I appreciate that. I hope somebody doesn't take that sound clip and blow me up on Fox News or something. Henrik says, does Beatrix finally love you? I don't think she does. Do you? You don't love me, do you? I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. She's looking good lately, though. Her tail feathers are more intact than they've ever been. I don't think she even knows how to preen her tail feathers because she's never had them. Firefly Chick 1984 says, you're an amazing man for what you do. I have macaws, but your channel has taught me so much about toucans that even I didn't know. Well, that's what I'm here for, and that's the goal. So I'm glad that I accomplished that with you. Very much so. And good luck to you and your macaws. Madam Anna says, and Pa was me. Oops, forgot to change the username. What are some credible sources of knowledge on toucans? Are there any specific websites, books, research papers you recommend every toucan owner should read? There is one book. Here's the book right here. I've been rereading it lately. If you are interested in toucans, go get this. It's expensive, but it has a lot of good information on it about wild toucans. Like I said, it is expensive. It's like $300 or $400, but it's very worth it. And I reference it all the time. I reference this for Maeve's weight as well. And that's kind of how I knew there was something wrong. Because there's weight records in here of individual species and genders of each bird. And whether they're juvenile or not, they have measurements of each bird. They have weights, all kinds of good information, observations about them in the wild. This is the number one book I reference the most. But there's also like published papers and articles and stuff, scientific journals that are, I think they're much, much, much harder. This is pretty hard to read, but those like are way harder to read because they have all kinds of tables of like phylogenetic data and stuff that biologists actually reference and look at. But there is no, well, Emerald Forest Bird Gardens does have a pretty good selection of general information on toucans that's all accurate. It is actually accurate, unlike with Wikipedia and stuff where the information may or may not be accurate. Emerald Forest's website, I think, I know everything there is going to be accurate, but they have a good selection of data there available for free, and they have care and first-time buyer guides and stuff like that, or stuff like that for PDFs and all kinds of stuff. Go check out their website, and I believe at some point we will eventually create a website as well that has that information available readily, and probably try to link either a lot of the scientific journals type stuff and papers and all that kind of stuff you have to pay for because they're on academic websites. So you have to either pay for the paper or the subscription or whatever. But I do have a bunch of scans of old articles from different bird magazines that some of the information might be a little outdated, but I'd still like to archive it. And then I'll provide titles and authors for those individual papers and on what they're about and what kind of information they hold. So if you are interested in medicine on toucans or breeding or any specific topic, I can say, hey, we'll go look for such and such by this person and read that. You might have to pay $4 to read it, but go to this website and you can read it and pay them $4 or whatever it is. If you want to learn anything more specific, but this has the best collection of general information on toucans that you can possibly get. So, and it's a great reference as well. I would highly recommend that book. Where were we? Okay, we're almost. Let me get through these real quick, and then we'll do the surprise because I think it was 9,500. I need to ask at Neb if I said 9,500. Neb, if you're listening, send me a message of what I said. Wait. Okay. Trying to remember if I said 9,500 or 10. Okay, it was 95. Okay. Where was I? If not toucans, what's a good starter bird? I've been wanting one for a while, but haven't had the time, energy, or money, so no time soon. I'd say, well, probably go with a parrot. I don't know if I believe in the concept of a starter bird because they're all like heavy commitments. Even a budgie, lives quite a while. So they're all big commitments to take. But definitely don't get a toucan or anything specific like that. I'd probably stick with a parrot of some sort. Now, I'm not an expert in parrots, and I tend to want to stay in my lane and not overspeak. I'd probably say go check out Bird Trick's channel, and I think they have videos on starter birds that would be much more informative than what I would be able to say, because I could maybe tell you a starter toucan, but not a... I don't think there's really such thing as a starter bird because they're all such huge commitments, and they all require our specific maintenance and care that's, above that of a normal pet. So I would say do research, find out what you want, do enough research to learn as much as you can about them, and then find out what the requirements are to have them, and if you can handle that commitment, and if you can, then you can commit to that bird and stay committed to it. It's like a relationship, or it's like a marriage. How about that? Less of a relationship, more of a marriage. It's a huge commitment to get a bird, and you got to make sure you're in it for the long haul. And there's no such thing as a starter marriage. So, just stay committed to the bird and give it proper care. And if you do that, any bird's a good starter bird. But, I don't know if you. I started with budgies, but of course I was 7, 8 years old at the time. Um, you know, I don't know. I guess it just depends on your age and your source, what kind of income you have, what you're willing to spend, how much space you have, how much attention you can give it, all that sort of thing. So just I would say do as much research as possible. Part of that research I would say is go find a video from Bird Tricks or something and see what Jamie has to say about it, because I can't really speak intelligently or as intelligently about parrots because I just don't. Uh, I don't have parrots. I have toucans, and that's the lane I stay in. So I don't want to misspeak or spread misinformation unintentionally. But if you're willing to do the commitment, I would say, I don't know. I would say go do some research and look at videos like that, in my opinion. Frostapawi says, you will put this money to better use than me. Lots of love. Well, we can get a bag and a half of blueberries now. So it will go to use for that, and it'll make some toucans very happy. Holly King says, I think the secret to Tupac's longevity is that he has a lifelong vendetta, like he wants revenge on the person who took him from the wild. It could be a movie. Liam Neeson could play Tupac. I think if anybody would want... I'm not sure if Tupac was taken from the wild or not. He may have, because he had an open band, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's from the wild. It's possible, but it's less likely since he's a Toco toucan. Beatrix, if anybody has a vendetta, it's her. I mean, even her namesake is about a woman on the quest for revenge, so... You want to go take vengeance? I think she does. I can see it in her eyes. Shamel570 sent $10 with no comment. Thank you, Shamel. Sharia Jonassaint? Sharia Jonassaint. I think that's right. Sharia. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But they sent $20 with no comment. Thank you very much. Very generous. Goldfish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 says, I found some cash in my car, so here it is. How did you send the cash in your car? That's all I want to know. This is some Star Trek type stuff. All right, we are at 9,500 now. Let me read these last 3 or 4 comments really quickly. Dragon Truth says, I'm stuck in my room watching this instead of having breakfast because the cleaner is here for this weekly visit. I loathe social encounters. Oh well, at least I'm watching this with my cockatiel. I understand that sentiment 100%. So, be antisocial with your cockatiel, and I do not blame you there. Thaxnan sent, hope this helps. Sorry I haven't donated in a while. Sorry for your loss as well. Hang in there. Thank you, Thaxnan, very much. And it does, very much so. Lady Claudia says, blueberries and surprises for everyone. Sun Ninja sent $4.99 with no comment. Thank you. Oh, and then another one, again for $4.99, says, thank you for making my day. My friends all tag me in the gif of Tupac, and it always makes me smile. Yeah, people tag me all the time, too. Somebody put arms on him, and they did not give me credit for the original video, and that kind of irritated me a little bit, because they spread that around and then tried to get people to come to their thing. And I don't mind if people make edits of my footage, just credit us, you know? Alright, let's do surprises now, because it's 95... We're at 95 now. Actually, we're probably more because I need to add in the stuff from Super Chat. Wait, hold on. Let me do that first. Okay. 30% of 93, 294. Okay. Okay, so we need to add 433. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, everybody, get ready. We're about to do the surprise. All right, and it's gonna be a true surprise. That means we have to cover your eyes up and all that kind of stuff. Hold on. Excuse me. Okay. When do we want to make the end goal, or the ending of it? We'll just say September 30th. Okay. We are now updated. That means we almost made it to 10. I'm sorry, guys. We should have had the surprise way earlier. Okay. We're going to do the surprise, and we'll do the stream for longer since there's so many people here. Here you go. You want this? Want it? Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to get a Coke, and also I'll get the surprise. Hold on. We're going to cover your eyes up. Nobody go nowhere. It's going to be silent for a second. Or not silent. Blinding. Oh, there goes Beatrice. Hold on. Alright guys, you ready for the surprise? Deploying surprise. Here it comes. You ready? There it is. Here's the surprise. What do you guys think? Are you good? You want to say hi to everybody for the first time? I was going to just do a video. Are you going to poop? This is a red-billed toucan, female, like Maeve, but as you can see, she is only 2 months old and is already quite sizable. So, yeah, well, after there was a lot of consideration going into this decision that with our patrons and everything. Here, you want to come down? There you go. With the patrons and everything, let's get a prop in here so you guys can see her a little better. A lot of thought and consideration went into this. I didn't originally think that it would be the best idea to get another red-billed toucan so soon. But there was a lot of good points being made, and especially with this one, and I did a lot of digging with the person that had her first and asked a lot of questions. As you can see, well, here's one of the main reasons. The contrast between Maeve and this baby, who is only 2 months old, by the way, I got Maeve at the same age, is considerable because she weighs, Maeve at 1 year old weighed 470 grams, and I weighed this baby this morning, and it was 530 grams. And as you can see, she's bigger than Maeve was as an adult. So I thought the contrast between the two would really serve educationally to show just how small Maeve truly was. And, you know, this one looks like a baby toucan and not weird. Not that Maeve was weird. She developed into a very beautiful bird. But when she was a baby at 2 months, she just looked... well, when I do the full video reveal with the baby here, I'll have pictures and comparisons and weights and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, there it is. I've actually had her for almost a week. I went and picked her up, and actually she came to, calm down. She came with Tupac and I to the vet. She went to the vet and got checked out immediately, and the vet said she had some serious muscle on her. Her heart was very powerful and quick, and her breathing was great. Everything about her seems great and healthy. And we did get blood work, and we're getting fecal on her as well. Just to make sure. You want to come say hi to everybody? She's already very attached to me. And yeah, it just felt like the right thing to do. Even though I didn't really like all the circumstances surrounding the person that had her. But they passed enough of tests. Oh, let's pull the lens out here again. They passed enough of the tests to make me feel comfortable with taking a chance on her. And I'm just going to assume there's something wrong with her. You know, I don't want to assume that there's going to be a healthy toucan even when it comes to stuff like this anymore. So, I assumed that there was something wrong with her, and that's why we went to the vet immediately. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her, though, and she was fed the proper formula. They sent me her weight before I got her. She was bred at a zoo. I don't know which zoo yet, but I'm trying to figure out what zoo. But the person that I got her from has some association with the zoo, but would not tell me what zoo she came from. However, there's only 4 zoos in the country that have red-billed toucans, and 2 of them in Texas are the San Antonio Zoo and the Dallas World Aquarium. So, from deductive reasoning, I got her from Texas. I'm assuming it's one of those, although I don't know for certain. I'll have to ask around and find out. But it doesn't really matter, because, I mean, as you can see, she's just... I don't know. She just seems so much more. She's like so much different and more healthy, aren't you? I'm gonna read everyone's questions in a second. And then I had formula. I gave her formula for a while, but she doesn't seem to have as strong of a feeding response as she did when I first got her. You want to make baby noises in the microphone for everybody? I don't know if you guys can hear that. But she's bigger than Beatrix. Beatrix is 900, or not 900, 200, or 490 grams. Tupac is 660. She's going to be as big as Tupac almost when she's an adult, which is more like what I was expecting with Maeve. She's about the same weight Ripley was when I first got Ripley. So we want the healthy toucan growing experience, and I'm hoping that she can help demonstrate that to you guys as she's growing for the next the next year or two. You gonna scratch yourself? What are you doing? Can I give you pets? What's wrong with you? Are you not gonna be active like you usually are? Here you go. And Tupac already tolerates her. She doesn't freak Tupac out like Beatrix does. But she's also a lot more ballsy than Maeve was, so. But anyway, surprise everybody. These are the surprises you get when you come to live streams. Yes, she does fly. I just saw that comment. What are you doing? Are you hungry? Do I need to get you some food? Or do you want me to pet you? We need to move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see her a little better. And you can see that her bill is already pretty red, given she's only 2 months old. Like when I got Maeve at the same age, Maeve was like brown. So just seeing this bird alone like really awakens to me to how different Maeve was. So I hate to say it, you guys know how much I love Maeve, and she's not meant to replace Maeve in any way because she's already very different than Maeve was. So she already has her own little distinct personality and traits and interests. Apparently she shares a love of trying to attack the microphone, though. Come here. What you doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Okay. Anyway, surprise everybody. I couldn't contain it any longer. After I went to the vet and made sure, and they said she was healthy and everything, I was just like, ugh. Because we got back Wednesday. I was like, man, I want to post photos so badly. Because, like, everybody here's the benefits you get from being a patron on Patreon and being on Discord. They've seen photos and videos of her now for the past few weeks, and actually we voted on whether or not I should get her, because I was trying to decide whether I should get her or this. There was a Toco Toucan that was 2 years old in California that I considered, but that was coming from a pet store, and I just didn't really feel that. I knew that they were just going to buy another toucan if I just got one from a pet store. And it just, I don't know, something about it just didn't sit right with me. And the toucan there looked fairly healthy for an adult, So I don't think it would have really been a huge rescue type situation. So it just felt more right to go this route. And then we put it to a vote on Discord with our patrons. And unanimously everybody voted that I should go and get her. So that's what I did. And that's what I did last weekend. So I picked her up on Saturday last weekend, and so tomorrow will be her 1 week anniversary with us. and she's already grown pretty attached to me. And she seems to like Tupac, and Tupac seems to tolerate her. I'm not letting her interact with Beatrix yet. That's why I had to put Beatrix up, because her bill is still soft because she's a baby, and I don't want them to try to fence or anything like that quite yet, because that's what they're going to do inevitably. So I want to wait a little while, wait a few months for her to grow a little bit before I do anything like that, where I introduce them and they might scuffle with each other. I want to make sure her beak is hardened up a little bit since then, since it's still growing. All right, let's read the comments now, because I'm sure everybody's saying all kinds of stuff now. I hear it raining out there. I think we have more viewers right now than we've ever had. I might need to get her some papaya or something. I'm going to get her a little bit of food real quick. It'll just take a second because I have to soak her pellets in water. So give me a second to do that. I had to get her bowl real quick. Did you just poop on the table? Alright, I got a clean poop. Give me a second. Did she knock the Coke over or something? Is that what I'm saying? I don't think I put it up there, did I? No, I didn't. Can't tell if that's poop or not. I don't think it is. I think it's sweat from my cup. She does poop a lot though, so. Okay. I think we got enough food for her now. want this? Come on. Can you guys see her up there? Come here. Here you go, guys. ASMR baby toucan eats food. Okay, are you not hungry now? I thought you were. She seems to just want me to be feeding her, so I assumed that she would be hungry since I haven't been around her. She was in the... Okay, yeah, she just wants me to feed her. Oh, God. Where did that go? Did you drop it? Or did you eat it? You want this? There we go. Oh, maybe not. Are you gonna eat it or not? I don't know what she's doing. There we go. Oh, no, it's back up again. Okay, well, you play with your food, and I'm gonna read comments, alright? You want that little piece? Ugh. Here's one bad thing about the babies, are even more messy than the big ones. Just fling fruit everywhere. Oh, here's that piece that I was looking for. You gonna eat that? There you go. Okay. Let's read comments. I'm sure we have missed quite a lot. I don't know if you guys can hear her or not making all the noises. What you doing? You resting your foot? Did you hurt your foot? Okay. I'm gonna move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see her a little better. Okay, there we go. Let's read comments. You want to read comments with me, Bird? Okay. Where did we leave off? Oh, God. Alright. She likes phones too, apparently. I'm trying to find where we left off here. Did we do N burger? I'm gonna read it from there just to see. Oh no, we didn't. Wait, did we? Yeah. N burger sent $2.99 with no comment. Mr. Slow Death sent $61. Thank you very much, but with no comment. Zachary Film Army says, funny thing is, I had a funny feeling, no offense, it's hard to say no if something comes up. I'm assuming that's in reference to the baby. Jordan Nowick says, round 2 because I'm in love. Thank you, Jordan. 4 Leaf Clover says, Brock, please tell everyone her name. I don't know if I'm going to say what her name is yet, because maybe I want to at least leave that for a surprise in a video. I don't know. Because I was going to do a video with her this week anyway. Or this next week coming up. So we'll save her name for that. How about that? So that something will at least be a surprise in the video. Because originally I was not gonna do her or not have her in the live stream. I was just gonna do a surprise video. Carrie C says, "Congratulations, Brock. I'm so happy for you and hope nothing but wonderful, happy, and delightful things are heading for you in the flock's way. Can't wait for her story and more pics and videos. Big hugs to you and scritches to all of them Burbies, including the Kraken." I don't know if I can give Beatrix some scratches. Unless I have to like hold her in order to touch her. But Curtis D says, "Hello. She's so cute. She is very cute." Chirpy Dragon says, "Congratulations on the new baby. Does she have a name, or are there names you are considering?" She does have a name. Everybody, people in the Discord, the Patreons, if you're a Patreon and you have not connected your Discord to Patreon, and you are an egg or above, everyone in there knows what her name is. I'm probably just going to save her name for next week when I do the normal video. So it's probably not a good idea to have her butt right over my Coke. Okay, let's move that real quick. You're very cute, but you do poop a lot. She does have a name. I've already chosen a name for her, and the name has a lot of thought and meaning behind it. But I'm going to save it for the video to describe what it is and what it means. So, what else? But if you want to know right away, connect your Discord to Patreon. Join the Patreon's only channel. The name is in there. Lunar Kitty sent $100. Good Lord. Thank you, Lunar Kitty. And she says, "She is beautiful, and I'm sure Maeve would have loved her." Maeve would have loved her, although Maeve probably would have been bullied by her because she's bigger. In spite of being so small, or being so young, she's bigger than Maeve. So, but I did always want to get another baby toucan this year. I just didn't expect it to be this soon. So, but I'm glad it is. I was really skeptical about getting a baby toucan right now, and it's really only because of the patrons that I did it, because I was not really wanting to necessarily do it, I don't know. I had a lot of self-doubts. It was the right call for sure, but I had a lot of self-doubts, and I was really I was having a lot of anxiety and panicking and stuff because of what happened with Maeve, and I still feel that way to some extent, like I've had several panic attacks associated with this bird already, just from traveling with her in the car and stuff, so. Yeah, it's just, I'm really glad I did, though. I think I had the self-doubt and anxiety kind of blinding me a little bit, and I was able to be encouraged to do it, and I really think it was the right decision. And like I said, it's not like we were going to stop after we got Beatrix, so, I really wanted a baby Toko, and we probably still will get a baby Toko at some point, but, I think maybe we need to move I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, I do things when they feel like it's the right thing to do and it's at the right time. That's when I'll do them. And this felt right. I don't know why it felt right, because everything didn't really seem like, like that. Like I said, the person that had her, the breeder, quote unquote, he didn't actually breed her, but the person that had her didn't pass a lot of my tests that I would have liked normally, but we kind of got her with the expectation that, like, okay, well, almost like looking at it as a rescue situation, even though she's not a rescue. I just assume something's wrong until you're proven otherwise. So, but I think she's healthy. I think she's really good and healthy, and she's very friendly, and she's very fat. Look at this little fat thing right here. I mean, she's like close to Tupac's size already, and she's just a baby, so I think she's going to end up being very healthy and a very good ambassador for her kind and a great successor to Maeve. I think Maeve would. I think you're right. Maeve would have really liked her. Maybe she would have tried to fight with her a lot, but they would have been friends. So, and Beatrix really needs another toucan to bond with as well, because she can't bond with Tupac really, and Beatrix was developing a relationship with Maeve quite a lot, in the past couple months before she passed, and Beatrix was hurt when she lost her quite a bit, because I could hear her. Beatrix was normally very quiet, and just ever since Maeve passed away a couple months ago, it was, Beatrix has been very vocal, so I understand why she might trust another toucan over a person right now, and I think it was comforting for her to have another toucan to interact with and stuff. And she can't interact with her yet, but she will eventually be able to. So I think it just helps. It's just the right decision. So Ed Cinematic Pro says a gift from our cockatiel Sunny and Princess Peachy. Oh, thank you to Sunny and Princess Peachy. T Fredline says, love your work, such a genuine and do care. Hope you get to move soon. Me too. We need some flying space for this little one, because she's a very strong flyer. That's for sure. Dragon Truth says, breakfast update. I brought the cereal, milk, etc. into my room. Now I get food, baby toucan, and time with my cockatiel. Well, that sounds like a dream come true, if you ask me. Andrew H. says, she's so cute. She is very cute, I'm not going to lie. She's one of the cutest little baby toucans I've ever seen. Look at her little orb. Little fat little thing. All floofy. Sam Steppo says, good afternoon from Southern California. I'm in literal tears. What's this adorable baby's name? I just joined the feed. I've not said her name yet. She has a name. You will find out next week, unless you are a Patreon in Discord. I will reveal her name next week. I want to keep at least that a surprise. Our Sam Steppo says, and how old is she? She is 2.5 months old. So she's still very young. She was born, when did they say? Just a couple days before Maeve. I mean a year later, but I think her birthday's May 2nd, I think. So she's just 2.5 months old. Mr. Slow Death said, and that comment failed, was trying to get you to 10K, but I would love to hear her story. She doesn't have much of a story yet. She was bred at a zoo. I don't know what zoo. I will try to find out. Somebody bought a bunch of birds from that zoo in a cooperative breeding program. I suspect, they said they were pairing them. They bought pairs of birds they bought 3 clutches of red-billed toucans from a zoo. I'm assuming it was probably the Dallas World Aquarium. I could be wrong, though. It was either that or San Antonio. It could be an entirely different zoo. I don't know. I'm not sure which zoo, but they bought 3 or 4 clutches of babies from them, from different parents, so that they can pair them up and have them in the breeding program. And she, I believe, was the odd one out. She did not have a mate to pair with that wasn't related to her. So, that's how I got her. And she was the female that they had. And so I went and picked her up in South Texas, and just last weekend. And now she is with us. So she doesn't have much of a story yet. I'm going to try to find out what zoo she was at. I know some people at some zoos in Texas, the ones that have red bills, I know to some extent, or at least they know about me, I know. And I'm going to ask them and see if they bred any red bills recently or not. So, but there's only a few zoos in the country that have them, and 2 of them are in Texas. So 2 out of the 4 or 5 zoos in the country are in Texas. So it's got to be one of them, just from process of elimination. I just don't know which one, or if that even is the one, but they did confirm she was fed on Missouri hand feeding formula, intended for soft bills, low iron soft bill hand feeding formula. is not the Ramfasted formula, but it is the proper formula. Well, that or the Ramfasted formula are both choices that work for toucans. The Ramfasted one is better for toucans, but the low iron soft bill formula is what everyone's been using for the past like 15, 20 years. So, you got a nice yawn. Let's see here. Trinity Warwick says, love the new chicken. Is she the same species as Maeve? Yes, she is the same species as Maeve. She's a red-billed toucan. Jennifer says, Tupac's got that jealous older sibling energy. Congrats on the new member of your flock. I don't think Tupac is that jealous. I don't think he cares that much. He's just been chilling. He lets her come near him, you know, but that's about it. I've filmed videos with her already. So, you know, we're going to try to get on a normal schedule here very quickly. And we'll do some videos centered on baby toucans so that you guys can... I have some hand feeding formula and stuff that I'm going to go over and talk about. And then compare, you know, with what happened with Maeve for education's sake. So, you know, and as you can see... Are you about to poop? She doesn't have those white feathers Maeve did either on her wings. If you see, she's just completely black like Tupac. So, you know, and she's very thick. The vet said she was very muscular, so that's a good thing. She's a healthy weight. Rigaruni says, I don't have a lot to spend, but I love what you do with these burbs. Congrats on the baby. Not a problem at all, Rigaruni. Thank you so much for the kind words. Michael Bunton says, congratulations on the new addition to the flock. Thank you, Michael. And that was our last comment for now. I need to get a drink. I need to get a drink too, probably, but... Can you guys hear her sounds? I might need to, like, try to turn off my AC so you guys can hear. Hold on. How long have we been going on for? We're almost at 3. Excuse me, 3 hours. Let's turn off the fan so you guys can hear her a little better. Careful. Don't bite the microphone. Let's not start with that. Should turn off in a second. I say that, but it's not doing it. Come on, thermostat, update. Oh, my back. Oh, it's killing me. There we go. Now it's off. Oh, crap. I forgot to turn the ceiling fan off. I need to do that. Can you guys hear? Making baby little motorcycle noises. Let me turn the fan off before you fly somewhere. Come here. I know you want to stay on me, but go right here for a second. She's really like wants to sit on me constantly. You got some papaya to regurgitate? That's nice. You want to come back? I don't have food for you right now. Sorry. Come here. She doesn't know how to step up yet, really. There you go. Look, you want some food? If I hand feed it to you, will that work? Yeah, she still wants me to hand feed her. We gotta do a video now. ASMR hand feeding a baby toucan. Hey guys, we have a baby toucan. I'm gonna hand feed it. Oh god. It'd be hard for me to whisper constantly because I'm so freaking loud. Oh my god. Good lord. Stop dropping it on the ground. Oh, you guys can't really see her that well. Here we go. Is that a comforting noise, guys? Would that be a good ASMR video? I was gonna do an ASMR video with Tupac. All my video ideas kind of got put on hold for obvious reasons, so we can start trying to pick them up now in the next week or so. Here, you want this? Stop dropping them on the ground. Here you go. Got a nice poop on the ground now, too. We gotta clean your poop up now. You're so needy. Okay. Gotta clean up that poop a bit. There we go. When will she click? Dragon Truth asks, when will she click? Oh, maybe I should read the comments in order. Let me bring up the comments again. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, that was the newest one. I didn't miss anything. When will she click? Says Dragon Truth. Well, she does. She already kind of clicks and kind of makes her yelping noise already. It's just not all the way there yet, and it really takes a lot to provoke her to do it. But I've heard her do it a couple of times. But it's so she can kind of click, but it's not a full click yet. She still just mainly does that whining noise. Will you like cans like Ripley? You can see just like how much bigger she is compared to Maeve, even as an adult. It's just so weird to see. It kind of weirds me out, honestly. And her head's giant too. Usually she's not this calm. She's sitting still for a change. Do you want to go sit on the perch back over there? Come here. Come sit back here. Okay. I gotta sit back because it's killing my back leaning over like that. What did you get on me? Papaya? Okay, that's fine. We're gonna wrap the stream up soon anyway. But I want to make sure I didn't miss any comments here. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look. Mr. Slow Death says, I'm happy for the new chicken. Can't wait for new content, her name reveal, and seeing what you... Don't knock that over. And seeing what you do moving forward. But I'm taking off, so everyone have an excellent night. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Slow Death. And yeah, we're going to end the stream here pretty soon anyway. Because people are starting to leave, I think. So let's take the next couple minutes. We'll give 10 minutes for everyone to, if anybody has any additional questions or comments or super chats or whatever else about the baby or whatever else. I'll start posting pictures and stuff of her soon on Instagram, but we'll do a video early. Oh, careful! Don't freak Tupac out. All right. See, like I said, she wants to come sit on me a lot. Or do you want these blueberries? Come here. You want to come get these? We'll give some to Tupac. Do you like the baby, buddy? Tupac's like, not this crap again. Do you want to come here? Oh, careful. Careful. Not the most coordinated thing yet. What do you have all over you? Is that poop? What is that? I don't know how it would be, since you haven't pooped recently. Don't knock that can over, please. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're gonna read the comments. Okay. What is this? Is there poop on your tail? What is that? Oh, careful, careful. I'm just cleaning your tail. I think there was a little bit of poop on her tail somehow. Where did you get that poop on your tail from? Oh, crap. Come here, clumsy little thing. Come on. Okay, she's gonna sit on my leg now. She's not the most coordinated toucan ever yet. She did dig into my hand there pretty good with her nails the other day. I don't know if you guys see that. Her nails were pretty... This should have been a dead giveaway right here. All the bird nail scratches all over my arm. Here, come here. Come on. What are you trying to sit on? What is it you're looking for? Okay. What are you interested in? Do I need to move the camera down so everyone can see you? No, she's trying to eat food now. Here, come over here and eat food so everyone can see you. Look, right up there. Come up here. I don't know if you guys can see. There she goes. She's not the most coordinated little bird yet, but look at all that food going everywhere. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Like I said, let's take the next few minutes to get any last questions, comments, super chats, whatever else. Because we're gonna end the stream here in a second. And we'll get back. We'll try to get back to our normal schedule. You know, have streams every week and all that kind of stuff. Because we are still trying to move, and we're still trying to do our original plan and all that kind of stuff, and it requires money to do that. And, of course, you know, it also is good for me to be able to interact with you guys. It's therapeutic for me, for sure. But if it seems like I'm tired, it's because I've been waking up very early, taking care of her, because she doesn't want to eat, you know, by herself like a normal toucan. So I've been waking up early and getting her out and feeding her, and you know, like I was doing earlier with my hands. She's eating out of the bowl now, but she usually will not do that unless I'm near her. She's still got her, parental feeding response type thing, where she wants someone to feed her. She doesn't seem to, and then I have to soften those pellets for her too. The Missouri pellets, I soak them in that filtered water, or, distilled water. A little bit easier for her to eat since she's a little baby. Okay. Lucas Hampton says, Happy Friday from Lucas and King. I popped in just in time to see the new edition. Welcome to the party, oh, good Lord. Little one. Well, thank you. And I think you have a pit bull, right, that you rescued? I think that's who I was talking about earlier. That had the rescued pit bull. But thank you, Lucas. And King as well. Kate Smith says, Yay, now everyone knows about the little cutie. P.S. Can you give Tupac a scratch for me? Yes, I can do that. Can I scratch you, buddy? Don't worry, we all still love you. No? You don't want me to scratch you? There we go. You want some more blueberries? Oh, don't poop right there. Okay, she just pooped. If you're gonna poop, you need to go move away from it. She's not too intelligent about where and where not to poop yet, where she won't get it on herself. There you go. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Okay. Don't poop on yourself, alright? That's not where poop goes. Usually when they poop, they know well enough to stay away from it, but when they're babies, they're just not, they're clumsy, they don't know. They're not as smart when they're babies, I'll just say that. They do some stupid things sometimes. You want this? Okay. Tupac, you want one? Let me move out of the way so you guys can see Tupac. Oh, crap. No, don't jump on that bowl. Like I was saying. They don't do the most intelligent things. Do not jump on the bowl and flip it over. She's done that about 5 times now. Twice today. You want this? It's a big blueberry. And she just scarfed it down immediately. Okay. Let me try to get caught up on the chats. Man, alright, this has been an eventful stream. I don't know about you guys, but okay. Anthony Lotus says, Lotus, I hope that's proper. Says, Brock, congrats on the new addition to your family. I found your channel a few months before Maeve came along, and I loved watching her grow up. I grew up with parrots and know how much it takes to care for birds. Thanks for continuing to do what you do. And thank you, Anthony, for the donation and the words of encouragement. And Anthony's probably going to be our last chatter, I imagine. I'm going to give it another minute. Another minute. If you guys want to start me on a rant or anything, now is your time. Okay. We're going to wait here. I'm going to try to read some of the normal chat. Brock, are you going to do a video on weight tracking? I might, but the thing with toucans is I think it's just harder for... it's different. When you track weight of toucans, it's a little bit different than with parrots because, toucans don't have a crop and their digestive system's so quick that their weight's almost always fluctuating somewhere like within 20 grams, 20 to even 30 grams sometimes. Their weight fluctuates, like, depending on what time of the day you weigh them. Because it's just like, it's just in and out, in and out, in and out all day. And so it's a little bit different than parrots, because parrots have, crops and stuff like that, and don't have as quick of a digestive system as toucans. So if I do a video on weight tracking, it would have to be, I'd have to make sure to specify that I'm weight tracking toucans, and that information doesn't necessarily translate the same way. So you kind of have to look for more of a pattern of decline in weight. I've never had a bird with a decline in weight. Even Maeve stayed around 470 grams. She fluctuated between 460 to 480 and then averaged around 470. Sometimes she was less. Like when I first got Maeve, she was like 420 grams or 430 grams. And Maeve was 2 months old when I got her. Same age as this bird. And Maeve was about 420, I will say 423 grams when I got her. And when I got this bird, I mean, she's 500, she weighed 530 grams this morning. So there's a sizable difference between the two of them. And I think it's more of the pattern of the weight that helps determine with toucans if something's wrong. And then Tupac always sticks around 660, and Beatrix always sticks around 490. And if they start dipping under or over that spectrum of weight that they kind of fluctuate throughout the day, that's when it's kind of like, and it's consistently that way, like are declining. It's harder to tell, I think, with toucans, is all I'm trying to say. Like with parrots, I think it's a little bit easier. I could be wrong, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert in parrots, but I don't know if I feel completely comfortable enough to speak intelligently about weight tracking. I might, but I don't want to accidentally say information that people might try to apply to their parrot and have it not translate the same way, if that makes sense. So I have to look into something like that, because I don't want to unintentionally misinform somebody. We got one. Sharia Jonasaint. Sharia Jonasaint. Hopefully I'm saying that properly. It says, hopefully this puts the bar at an even number. The some odd sense was bugging me. Someone probably ruined it by now, I bet. We have to. This was through a YouTube comment, not a Streamlabs, so it doesn't count immediately. I'm gonna have to add. I'm gonna have to add that manually after the stream ends, which I'm going to do here in a second, and then hopefully it'll even the bar out. Okay, but also I want to say that. What was I going to say? Oh, to get on I just saw someone joined on Patreon. In order to have access to the Discord channel for Patreons, it needs to be an egg or above an egg tier. Egg or above. So make sure if you want to get access to that on Discord and link your Discord with Patreon, that you're at least an egg. At least an egg. But, anyways. We'll have pictures and videos of the baby on there up until I announce it more publicly next week. And then I'll tell everyone her name and everything. But what else was I going to say? We have another comment here. Okay. Lucas Hampton says, I've definitely become an adoption/rescue advocate. I hope I can build up a way to get more information out there so more people adopt and rescue instead of shop. I completely hear that, especially with dogs. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for partaking in the surprise early. And that's the special treatment you get for joining the live streams, of course. And she'll be, more permanent member of our flock from here on out. And we'll announce her more officially in a video next week. So I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that. but I didn't want to wait too long with her because I don't want her to get too big before you guys get to see her, because they grow quickly. And I don't know at what rate she's going to grow since she's actually healthy, unlike Maeve was. So she might start getting close to Tupac's size relatively quickly. She'll probably still be smaller than him, but anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I had a blast. Loved reading your comments. Loved seeing your excitement and the chat blow up when I brought the bird out. I don't know, what else can I say? Just thanks for being faithful to us and hanging in there and sticking with us. And we will see you again very soon, of course. Probably, I want to imagine, Tuesday or Wednesday. And it depends on... Well, I'm working on all the stuff, trying to get the house sorted and my car sorted too, because the insurance company's been kind of fighting with me on the car stuff. And so I still have some other stuff to kind of deal with. It sucks. And hopefully I can get sorted out soon. But regardless, we will have a video next week. I just don't know the exact day. I'm going to aim for Tuesday, though. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I love each and every one of you. And we will see you again Tuesday. Join us in the Patreon chat, Discord. Join us on Discord. But yeah, thanks so much for the support, guys. And we are going to call it a night, because that one, both birds are clearly getting settled to sleep. So, good night, everybody. Hope everybody has a fantastic